YouTube, what is going on? It's the Narrow Talk 23. I'm back with another. Ooh, damn! I got the hiccup. What is going on, YouTube? And I'm back with another video, man. Today we got what happened to every Final Four MVP. Not M. Damn these damn hiccups. Not MVP, but most outstanding player since 2000. Man, let's get straight into it.
Let's take a look back at every NCAA Final Four most outstanding player from all the way back in the year 2000 to the year 2023. Starting off with the year 2000, it was the Michigan State guard Mateen Cleaves who won the award. This capped off one of the greatest careers by a player in Big Ten history. Cleaves went on to be drafted 14th overall in the NBA draft by the Pistons, but never carved out a solid role as he bounced around during his 6 years in the league. After retiring, Cleaves spent some time as an NBA analyst, but is now a leadership coach at United Wholesale Mortgage. In 2001, it was Shane Battier of Duke.
I don't play with Shane.
One of the best
Battier was hard.
ever. Battier went on to be drafted 6th overall by the Grizzlies and had a great 13-year NBA career.
Battier
he
was
made
hard.
2 all-defensive second teams early on and won 2 championships with the Heat in 2012 and 13. Battier spent some time as an analyst as well and in the Heat front office, but is now focused on other business ventures. In 2002, it was senior guard Juan Dixon of Maryland who won. After graduating, Dixon was actually featured on the cover of NCAA Final Four 2003. He was drafted 17th overall by Washington in 2002 and bounced around in the league for 7 years, with his best season coming on the Blazers in 2006. Juan became a coach after retiring and is now the head coach at Coppin State. In 2003, it was a player that we all know that won the award, Carmelo Anthony of Syracuse. After that year, Carmelo entered the draft and was taken 3rd overall by the Nuggets behind LeBron James and Darko Milicic. Carmelo went on to have a Hall of Fame career, making 10 All-Star games, winning the scoring title with the Knicks in 2013, and winning 3 Olympic gold medals with Team USA. Melo last played with the Lakers 2 seasons ago and officially announced his retirement this year. In 2004, it was UConn junior Emeka Okafor that won. Okafor then entered the 2004 NBA draft, where he was taken 2nd overall by the expansion team Charlotte Bobcats. Okafor's career started strong as he played on the USA Olympic basketball team in Athens as a 21-year-old and won Rookie of the Year in his first NBA season. But his numbers faded a bit each year as he struggled with injuries and he was out of the league by 2013. Okafor actually made a brief return to the NBA in 2018 after 5 years off, and he now spends most of his time with his wife and children, but says he hasn't officially retired. In 2005, it was Sean May of North Carolina who won. May was taken 13th in the draft by the Bobcats following that season and averaged 7 points per game in just 4 NBA seasons. May has been back working in Chapel Hill since 2015 and is currently an assistant to head coach Hubert Davis. In 2006, it was a sophomore Joe
Don't play with that nigga.
Florida.
Joe
After
King.
going back-to-back in 2007, Noah was taken 9th overall in the NBA draft by the Bulls, where he played for 9 seasons, making 2 All-Star teams and winning a Defensive Player of the Year. Joakim announced his retirement in 2021. He is now recently married and started a basketball league in Chicago called One City, One Love, focused on violence prevention with Chicago youth. In 2007, Florida won their 2nd championship, and this time it was Corey Brewer who won Most Outstanding Player. Brewer was taken 7th overall, just 2 picks before Noah.
I remember Brewer.
Brewer established himself as an elite role player in the NBA, playing 13 seasons with 8 different teams. After retiring in 2020, Brewer went straight into coaching and is currently doing player development in New Orleans. In 2008, it was Mario Chalmers of Kansas who won after hitting one of the most clutch shots in tournament history. Mario went on to be drafted 34th overall and spent his first 8
I ain't gonna lie.
with the
I ain't trying to jump, but why the fuck is his face looking like that? Like, why is he looking like that?
34th 4th overall and spent
like
his first 8 NBA seasons with the Miami Heat. He was a starting point guard on 2 finals winning teams. Chalmers finished his NBA career with Memphis in 2018, but he actually hasn't retired as he's had recent stops in the G League and overseas. In 2009, it was Wayne Ellington of North Carolina who won. Ellington went on to be taken 28th overall by the Timberwolves and put together a solid 13-year NBA career as a role player, averaging 8 points per game. He last played with the Lakers in 2022 and is now joining Eric Spoelstra's staff as an assistant. In 2010, it was Kyle Singler who won for Duke. Singler decided to stay for his senior year after that championship, where the Blue Devils got eliminated in the Sweet 16. Singler was drafted in the 2nd round by the Pistons following that season. He stuck around in the NBA for 6 years before going overseas to play in Spain. Singler retired from basketball in 2019, but was actually on the Oklahoma City Thunder's payroll up until this past summer. I don't know how his agent figured that one out, but props to him. Moving on to 2011, this one is a run by a single player that many of us will never forget. I was only 10 years old at the time, but I will never forget Kemba Walker's legendary March Madness. Following that season, Walker was drafted 9th overall by Charlotte and became one of that franchise's best players in their history, making 4 All-Star teams. After bouncing around from team to team the past few years, Kemba finally decided this summer to make the move to play in the EuroLeague for AS Monaco. In 2012, it was Anthony Davis who won the award. AD capped off one of the best freshman seasons in NCAA history with a national title. Davis was considered one of the best draft prospects of the 21st century and went number 1 overall to the Hornets. AD quickly became an all-star in New Orleans, but could never get over the hump of playoff success until he was traded to the Lakers in the summer of 2019, where him and LeBron brought the Lakers to a championship in the bubble and is a part of the NBA's newest Big Three with Austin Reeves. In 2013, it was Luke Hancock who won the award for Louisville. And this is probably the most interesting one on the list, because Luke Hancock became the first player to win the award coming off the bench. Hancock only averaged 7 points per game in the regular season for Louisville, but he scored 20 points in the semifinals and had a legendary championship performance where he scored 14 straight points late in the first half to help them mount a sizable comeback. After graduating, Luke went overseas to Greece to continue his basketball career, but Luke got injured just 6 games into that season, and he just announced his retirement right then and there. Luke started organizing basketball camps for children on the autism spectrum, which he has done ever since. And in 2019, Hancock joined ESPN as a studio analyst for the ACC network. In 2014, it was Shabazz Napier who won for UConn. Napier was a freshman on the 2011 UConn team who won, so this was his 2nd title. He went on to be drafted 24th overall by the Heat. He averaged 7 points per game in his NBA career with 6 different teams. Napier now plays with Olimpia Milano in Italy. In 2015, it was another freshman who won, Tyus Jones of Duke. Tyus was one of those one and dones and was taken 24th in the draft by his hometown Timberwolves. Year after year in the league, Tyus has taken on a bigger role. He is one of the best assist-to-turnover ratio players of all time and has mastered the floater. Tyus is now entering his first season in Washington, where he will assume the starting point guard role for the first time in his career. In 2016, it was Ryan Arcidiacono who won for Villanova. His assist to Chris Jenkins will go down in the Final Four history books. Ryan went undrafted after graduating, but has hung around in the NBA for years, bouncing back and forth from the G League at times. He is entering this season with the New York Knicks. In 2017, it was Joel Berry who won for UNC. Berry returned for his senior year, where UNC lost in the 2nd round of the tournament. He spent a few seasons playing in the G League for the South Bay Lakers and Greensboro Swarm, but in 2021, he officially announced his retirement, and it looks like he too may be spending more time as an analyst on the ACC network. In 2018, it was Dante DiVincenzo who won. He scored the most points in an NCAA Final Four game for a player coming off the bench, with 31 in the title game. Dante went on to be drafted 17th overall by the Bucks in 2018 and played there for 3.5 years, winning a title in 2021. Dante has now joined the Knicks, where he will team up with his former teammates Josh Hart and Jalen Jalen Brunson. In 2019, it was Kyle Guy who won. Guy went on to be taken 55th overall in the draft and bounced around from the NBA and the G League for a few seasons. In 2022, he decided to make the move overseas. He's heading into this upcoming season playing with the Greek powerhouse Panathinaikos, his first time playing in the EuroLeague. In 2020, the most outstanding player was nobody. COVID. Moving on to 2021, the most outstanding player was Jared Butler for Baylor. Jared ended up falling to the second round due to concerns over a medical condition he has. He has spent a lot of his time in the G League and enters this upcoming season on a two-way deal with the Wizards. In 2022, it was Ochai Agbaji of Kansas who won. Agbaji went on to be drafted 14th overall by the Cavs and averaged 8 points per game in his rookie year. And finally, this past spring, it was Adama Sanogo who won for UConn. After going undrafted this summer, Sanogo signed a two-way contract with the Chicago Bulls. And that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you check out the video we did where I talk about what happened to every #1 overall high school basketball recruit since 2000. Some of the guys on that list will certainly surprise you. As always, thank you guys so much for the support, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, his channel's slick lit. He lets you know like all the facts and like just stories and shit. But ooh, man, if you rock with the channel, man, go ahead and show me some love, man. Leave me a like, comment, man, subscribe, do something, man. Leave me a comment. I'm trying to interact with y'all folks, man. But catch me on the next.